Hello everybody. In today's video, we're going to discuss yet another important and a serious topic this time. This is something that needs to be considered by each and every individual in a relationship. We are going to talk about how to control anger and frustration in a relationship. So let's get started. Anger is a natural and normal human emotion that tends to make its presence known in any relationship, even if it's not addressed at the person to whom it is being expressed. Unfortunately, anger often rears its head in our interactions with those we love the most, including our romantic partners. But passion in a relationship shouldn't mean that emotions like anger are expressed in uncontrollable ways. Managing anger and managing your response to an angry partner is a useful skill that can promote intimacy and maturity in any romantic relationship. So folks, watch this video till the end and let's have a look at 9 simple strategies for managing anger and growing maturity in your relationship. Point number 1. Recognize their triggers. Try to understand the trigger points and try to understand and recognize what is triggering that temper. And you must try to control it before it is triggered itself. Voice your feelings for each other. Try to understand that it will be easier to handle the respective anger issues once they are discussed. Point number 2. Avoid the impulse to cut off. When a person is fighting with their significant other, sometimes they may feel the urge to slam a door and give them a silent treatment. Going silent can calm you down temporarily, but it is likely to increase your partner's anxiety or anger. This doesn't mean you have to sit down and solve a problem in the heat of the moment. Instead of quickly zooming out of the driveway or walking away, consider telling your partner that you need some time to calm down so you can organize your thinking. Let them know that it's important to you to work out differences and consider what's an appropriate amount of time for you to think and come back to them. Tip number 3. Try to take a step behind. If the other person is angry, it is you who has to keep calm and allow your partner to ease down and let them realize it. It is the best thing to step aside. Let them take it out and then cool down. Giving space is an important way to help such short-tempered persons. Tip number 4. Keep attitude under check. Sometimes it is your behavior or attitude that ticks off or triggers the person's behavior. This is a basic understanding that fighting fire with fire will never calm things down. The problems will forever stay unresolved. You must manage your emotions to prevent an outburst from the hot-tempered one. Tip number 5. Focus on managing yourself and not your partner. When someone we love is angry with us, often we feel compelled to appease and soothe them as quickly as possible. But we ultimately can't control anyone's thoughts, behaviors, or emotions. We are only tasked with managing our own. Being calm is much more effective than trying to calm someone else. And people who can stay focused on managing their own anxiety and reactions give the other person the space to do the same. So instead of saying, "Please calm down," try taking a few deep breaths and slowing your own heart rate. Similarly, if you are angry with your partner and want them to change a behavior, your attempt at controlling them is likely to produce a negative reaction. The goal is to share your thinking with the hope that you'll be heard, not to shame the other person. Remember, it's unlikely that you will be heard if your words and behavior are lightening up the fear responses in your partner's brain. Immaturity begets immaturity, so often in relationships. It might feel critical to send a rude text to your partner while they are at work or wake them up in the middle of the night with your grievances, but these strategies rarely accomplish more than escalating a conflict. Moving on, be patient. Your patience is a virtue. You have to have patience if your partner loses one. You have to handle the other person's personality with patience, which will eventually let them calm down. You need not approve of every outburst of theirs, but the key is to be patient with the situation. Next tip, encourage them to change. You are the person who can help them and encourage them to change their behavior and act normal and calmly. Next, very important tip, be aware of triangles. When you are furious or peeved at a partner, it can feel cathartic to complain to a friend, your child, or even your therapist. When we use a third person to manage our stress about another, this is often called an emotional triangle. Wanting to vent is completely human and it is not wrong. But sometimes this triangling keeps us from working out the problem in the original relationship, and it can leave your partner feeling isolated or even make them more defensive. So the next time you're upset with your spouse and you're tempted to pick up the phone, ask yourself, am I asking for help or just looking for someone to agree with me? If it's the latter, maybe try calming yourself down before asking for someone else to do so. And while there's nothing wrong with sharing relationship conflict with your therapist, be aware that it's their job to be neutral and help you to do your best thinking, not to agree with you that your partner is the villain of the story. With this, we come to the last part of this video. Look past the issues. As individuals, there are certain topics that are likely to ignite an angry reaction or an anxious reaction that can lead to conflict. Often these topics like money, politics, religion, sex, parenting, or family drama. It's easy to assume that having different opinions can produce anger and conflict. But more often, it's our immature reaction to these topics rather than our actual opinions. So rather than getting hung up on resolving conflicts as quickly as possible, shift your focus back to the responding as maturely as you possibly can. This doesn't mean you need to put up with the abuse or volatility from a partner, or even then you have to stay in a relationship. Maturity simply looks like being willing to not let your emotions totally run the show. It looks like asking, what is the best version of myself doing in this situation? And you are unlikely to see your best self slamming doors or screaming at people you love. If you feel overwhelmed by the amount of anger in your romantic relationship, remind yourself that you are 50% of the equation. If you are calmer and more mature, then your relationship will be calmer and more mature. Perhaps your partner will rise to the same level of maturity, or perhaps you'll realize that the relationship isn't right for you. Either way, you're choosing not to let anger run the show. When one person can make that choice for themselves, they are likely to find a partner who can do the same. Thank you for watching. I hope you have liked this video, and if you have liked the other videos on the channel, I request you to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification icon so that whenever I post a good piece of content, you will be notified as soon as I do it. Also follow me on other social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn to stay connected. Thank you once again.